Awesome. So happy, what is it, Tuesday? I don't even know. But happy Tuesday night. My name is Serena Rissamano, and you probably know who I am, but just in case you don't, hi, I'm Serena. I'm a mom of two crazy children. I live in Orlando, Florida, and I'm married. I've been married for like 100 years. And I am a full-time Beachbody coach. So you are here with us tonight because you have expressed interest in either building a Beachbody business, in receiving discounts on your Shakeology, helping people, starting your own fitness and health journey, whatever it is, you are here because we specifically reached out to you because we saw a rock star in you and we wanted you to be a part of this with us. So Kristen and Bree are here with me tonight. They're going to share their perspective and you're going to hear a lot from them about why they're here and how being a Beachbody coach has really changed their lives. So I'm really, really excited. They are my two rock stars. They're amazing. And if you don't know them, I really hope that you get to know them better because I just love the crap out of them. So I'm just going to start by talking about who I am, why I became a coach, and why I started this team. So it's a very long story. I like to try to use the abridged version because we don't have 5 hours to talk, unfortunately. But I was always like a yo-yo dieter. I was always trying the fads that were out. I would always try to like cut out chocolate for a week or like cut out this for a month and cut out that for a month. And when I didn't see results, I would get really frustrated. I was always running to the mirror to see if my stomach was flat, to see if you could see any abs forming. Like I was that girl. Like after every meal, or like every morning after a new diet, I would run to the mirror to see what I looked like, right? It's such a bad habit, but that was me. It was just like constant, this diet, that diet. I wasn't really exercising because I just thought it was torturous. I thought that working out was just for people who like were really vain and into themselves or people who were just trying to build a lot of muscle. I thought it was like a means of torture. Like I didn't understand that there was actually a good side to working out. Before I had my son, I had a lot of eating disorders. Like you name it, I had it. I would go weeks without eating, or I would eat so much and then I would have to like eat like half a box of laxatives to make up for. Like it was really, really bad. I was very unhealthy mentally and physically, to say the very least. So after I had my son, who is almost 6.5, which is insane to me. After I had my son, I found myself back in old habits and I was really negative and miserable. I just didn't like I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. I was unhappy with my appearance. I didn't like who I was. Like I just hated myself, to just keep it simple. I was negative all the time and like bitter and always like hating on people who were happy because I was just so unhappy. So one day, this is where it gets good. One day, I was on Instagram and I had no idea what it was. And my cousin was like, you should download Instagram. And she was young and like really cute. And I was like, okay, sure. So I was looking up different hashtags for fitness. So I was looking up abs because, like I said, I was just like vain and, I wanted to see, were my abs popping out yet? And I found this girl's account and she was really pretty. She was posting all these different like workout pictures and like really interesting looking like shakes and like these green pancakes. And I was like really intrigued by her. So I was just like watching her. And then one day I messaged her and I was like, what do you do? Like, how do you look like that? Like, what is going on? Like, she just looked to me how I wanted to be so bad, right? She just looked happy and like her body, that's what I wanted. She's like, oh, I'm a Beachbody coach. And I was like, what the heck is that? So she told me about it, and she's like, you'd be a really good coach. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, you're crazy. So I just kept watching her. I watched her for probably about a year, maybe a year and a half, always like right on the edge, but like wasn't ready to make that leap yet because I was still like happy in my unhappiness, if that makes any sense at all. I was just like content being miserable because I didn't think I could like ever be any better. So meanwhile, while this is all going on, my husband and I and my son were in like a really, really bad financial situation. It had come to the point where we were on WIC and food stamps, and we could barely pay rent. We needed assistance to pay our bills. Like our utilities were getting shut off. Like we had to rely on family members to take us grocery shopping and buy stuff for Carter. Like it was the lowest of the low. Like I remember on Carter's first birthday, I wanted to buy him a $35 high chair. Every time I talk about it, I get upset. And we didn't have the money for it. And it was like the worst feeling in the world. As a mom, I know there are plenty of moms on this call. It's the worst feeling in the world to know that you can't provide for your kid. And that's when I was kind of like, this needs to change. Like something has to change, but I didn't know what. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. And then, you know, I kept following Erica, who's my coach. I kept following her. I did my own research on the internet. And then finally one day I was like, I have to do this. Like, I have to do this. I'm so sick of feeling like shit all the time. And we didn't have any money to start my business, but I wanted it so bad. And my husband was like so tired of seeing me so unhappy that we made it work. He had a Visa gift card that he got as a gift from some of his students, and he gave me the Visa gift card. I signed up, I started my business, and at that moment, I knew I was not allowed to make the same stupid mistakes over and over again. Like at that moment, I knew that I was changing my life. Like accountability through the roof. I had to be better for my son. No more effing around. So that's how I got started. Primarily, I did it because I needed so much accountability. Like I was, like I said, so unhealthy. I was miserable. I didn't have any friends. I was just like this, like grumpy hermit. So I needed the accountability. That was first, like primary reason why I became a coach. I needed shit to change, like now. Once I started to work out and learn how to eat better, once I started to drink Shakeology, once I started to like get on calls like this and like be a part of these fitness groups, I started to feel so good about life that I just wanted everybody that I knew to feel as good as I was feeling. Like as soon as that bug hit, I was like, I need everyone to feel this good. Like if you don't feel this good, like I'm going to shake you. So from there, I decided that I wanted to make a business out of it. Like I actually wanted to make a business out of it, not just like have fun. So primarily it was accountability, excuse me, for my health. Next, it was, I could make some money. I could get healthier and I could help other people get healthy too. And I could make a business out of it. So I know I said long story short and I kind of lied, but that's how I got started and why. So what I'm going to do now is pass it over to Bree, which is, you know, it's really cool because Bree, Kristen, and I, we're all building businesses, but all three of us have very different perspectives and different reasons for why we did this and different lives altogether. So I think it's going to be really cool to hear just three totally different stories. So I'm going to mute myself and here comes Bree.
Hello. So you can call me Bree if you want, Brianna, whatever you like. I became a coach almost 3 years ago, and when I signed up, I just turned 20 years old. It was the day after my 20th birthday. But before that even happened, I was actually in a really, really, really depressive state of my life. And it's not something I just openly tell everyone, but I'm going to tell you because I think it's really important for you to know if you're in this call. So I had a lot of family issues going on at that time. I had someone in my family that was going through addiction, and I had another family member that was on hospice, and there was just a lot going on at once. And coming right out of high school, I didn't know how to deal with any of that. And I always struggled with weight throughout my entire life leading up to that. I never had a healthy habit. I constantly was either way too thin or really overweight. I wouldn't say I had an actual eating disorder, but I definitely had habits or, behaviors of so. And so I remember when all this mess was going on, I didn't really have an outlet to go to. I was actually in bed for days at a time, and I was really close to dropping out of college. I actually was so depressed that I had alopecia. My hair was falling out. So my stress was so bad, and I didn't know how to manage any of it. I had no self-esteem, and I couldn't go to my friends for anything. I didn't know who to talk to. I went to therapy, but nothing was working. And I remember that my one friend was like, why don't we sign up for a gym membership? And I was like, okay. So I joined a gym. And from that gym, I met Serena because she was a Zumba instructor. And years ago, I took Zumba. I was so out of breath, I had to stop after every song. So I was terrified going into her class. I was like, what if I stop all the time? And everyone's like, why is this girl like stopping every 5 seconds? But anyways, and I just kept showing up to her class because she just had something about her where I would go to her class and it was just such a positive, distractive atmosphere for 1 hour. And that's all I needed at that time of my life to get myself out of my house and I didn't want to deal with any of that. And that was my hour. And I remember months went by and me and her got closer, and she told me how she became a Beachbody coach. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know anything about network marketing or that even existed. I didn't know. And every now and then she would mention to me, I'm doing this program, I'm doing this, and I didn't think anything of it. And she finally said to me, she was like, you should be a coach. And I was like, what? And in my head, I thought that meant that I had to give up all the foods that I've ever liked. I thought I had to have a perfect body. I thought that I had to devote all of my time into coaching. I didn't really know what it was. And I was like, I don't know anything about fitness. Why is she asking me this? And then I started to see what it was really doing for her. I saw that when she opened up to me about her financial situation, I saw how much she has progressed, and I was following her on social media too. And I was like, wow, this is really working for her. And I saw her physically changing too. And in class, in the Zumba classes, she just had like this more and more positive vibe about her. And I was like, okay, something's going on. So I remember we were going to a Zumba party. We were doing a fundraiser. And I said to her, I was like, so what is this coaching thing? Because I need a summer job and I kind of want to make more money, and I just want to know more. So she kind of was just like, you would just coach people online. You work out from home. And my first thing that I said to her was, well, I'm really terrified that I'm going to lose money from this. And she said to me, she was like, I never lost money from this. I was like, okay. So I was like, you know what? I'll give myself like a trial period. I'll do this for a month and see how it goes. And if I want to quit, I'll just quit. But I signed up with her, and still I didn't know anything about any of the fitness programs out there. I still had no idea what Beachbody really was, and I just signed up. And ever since then, it honestly has taken off. And it's not because of anything I knew, not because of anything I didn't know. It honestly had to do with the team that we're part of and with me really wanting to better myself. And it became an additional distraction to everything that was going on in my life. And long story short, I actually pulled myself out of every negative circumstance that I had in my life at that time. And I completely flipped my life around. I really did. And yes, it has to do with Beachbody, but it's because Beachbody has taught me so much about myself, about fitness, about nutrition. I've learned from these fitness programs that I do at home. And being able to talk to people about this and building friendships and relationships with people, it's like so powerful, and it completely has changed my life. It really has. So I'm super passionate about it because, yes, I'm a full-time student. I'm actually over a full-time student. I had an internship that I just completed, but I also have a part-time job where I work front desk at a gym facility, and I also teach a cardio class. I live on a horse farm. I have a lot going on. I'm always doing something, always. But I make this work for myself because it goes towards my schedule. I can do this for 10 minutes a day. I can do it for 15 minutes a day. And I can still make this a business for myself. And it's proven that to me. It really comes down to you and your ownership. And if this is something that you do decide to take off with, you have to understand that this is your business and you can run it however you want to. However you want to. Even if you wanted to do this part-time, like, it's really all up to you. And everything that you decide to do in life, it comes from you. It doesn't come from any other circumstance. It doesn't have to do with perfect timing. It really just comes down to you. And if anything's stopping you, it's you. I just said a mouthful, but that's my story, and that's why I'm a coach. And yeah, so I'll pass it on to Kristen.
Hi guys. So I'm Kristen. I feel like my story is not super exciting, but I guess it's kind of exciting. So I started Beachbody technically almost a year ago. I had a different coach at the time, and I had kind of just been watching her posts on social media and was like, I was the rarity of like, hey, what are you doing? And then she was like, oh, I'm doing this thing. You want to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I know that's like a rare occasion, but I was like, sure, yeah, I'll do it. Sounds good. Because I had just stopped performing. I was a full-time performer at Disney and Universal for about 5-ish, 6 years. And I had transitioned over into a more like office-based job. So I wasn't as active. I wasn't really feeling the best about myself. So I decided to do it. I hate the gym. To this day, I still hate the gym. So I was like, sweet, if it's workouts that I can do at my home, I'm all about it because I'm lazy. I'll be the first to admit it. So I got started and I started doing a program, kind of fell off. My husband actually met Serena's husband, Joe, at work. And he was like, hey, Serena's a Beachbody coach. Y'all should talk. And I was like, yeah, okay, why not? So things had kind of fallen off with my original coach. And then Serena and I kind of got together and just started going back and forth. And I had fallen off of my original program because my first coach wasn't really coaching a ton and I wasn't holding myself accountable. So I hopped on board with Serena and I was doing the thing and working out and then just posting. And it was one of those things of like, hey, you're posting and people are following you. Like, you want to give this a shot? So I said, sure. I wasn't feeling super fulfilled at my current job. So I have found coaching for me has been kind of just something that I'm really passionate about and something that I like to do outside of my job in my spare time. My husband is really busy, and it used to be a little bone of contention with us that he was always so busy and I had nothing else going on in my life. So Beachbody kind of came in and coaching was able to fill that for me. And it's something that I really enjoy doing in my free time, talking to people. And I really just wanted it for the discount at first, to be quite honest. I wanted to be a discount coach, and I really had no intention of running the business. And then kind of once I got into it and I started messaging people and talking to people, I just really enjoy learning more about myself and being able to step outside of my comfort zone, because I'm 100% an introvert and talking to people makes me super nervous. So I have been able to step outside that comfort zone, and it's helped me not only in my like office job, but also succeed in Beachbody and just talking to people and sharing my story. And that's about it. Yeah.
You guys give me so much freaking feels. Oh my God. Okay, so thank you both for sharing so much. I'm going to pass the baton back to Bree. She's going to talk about basically what the heck do you guys do? So here we go.
So I remember when I first signed up as a coach, I was staring at my computer and I was like, okay, now what? There's a lot we do. There really is. And it's really down to our own decision of what we choose to do in a sense. But I'll give you like a rundown. Primarily, we focus on ourselves by utilizing the fitness programs that Beachbody offers. We work out daily or as often as we're capable of. We focus on our own physical and emotional, mental goals. We drink Shakeology every day. That's like a huge staple in Beachbody. There's other performance lines and other products that Beachbody offers as well. That's just something we commonly do. And we listen to personal development or read personal development. And what that really means is that we work on ourselves. Outside of fitness, outside of nutrition, outside of anything, it's really just bettering ourselves from the inside out and understanding ourselves more. And by doing so, it helps us understand other people too and helps us help other people. So working out, drinking Shakeology, and personal development. And as a coach, we offer those tools to our clients or our challengers, and we support them with those tools. So, this is what we've been using. This is what we're doing. This is where we're going. Here's what you can do too to change your life, to get the results that you want. And by doing so, a lot of us run our own challenge groups. And a challenge group is pretty much like a fit group where people can check in each day. It's a supportive environment. We try to keep it positive. And we invite people into that as often as we can. Like it's a party. Like we think of it as like a party, like an invitation. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what's changed my life. Would you like to do this with me? I see that you're going through this, or you told me about these goals that you had in mind. I would love to help you out with using this. So challenge groups, inviting people, whether it's your friends, family, strangers on social media. I've met so many amazing people on social media. It's insane. Like it really is. And I think it's the coolest part about it too. And it's really cool to see people from your family adopt the things that you're doing. I have my cousin on my team and I love her to death and she's doing really awesome. And when you start to do that and invite people like that, it becomes a domino effect. You see that one person gets results and you share those results. And you're like, hey, look how awesome my cousin is. And then other people are like, wow, like this is working. Like it's working for you. It's working for Randy. Now I want to do it. So it becomes a domino effect. And we love to post on social media. That's a huge part of it. And I told you how I met people on social media, but that's a big part of sharing our journey is by utilizing social media marketing. And you learn a lot from it because we offer trainings. And the organization that we're part of, Shred Nation, offers really awesome content and trainings on how to utilize content, create content. Like you don't have to be tech savvy to do this. You don't have to be creative. I am not creative at all. Like I really am not. It's really bad. I'm a marketing major and I'm not creative, but yeah. But we teach you how to do that. We help you how to do that. We tell you what works, what might not work. And we're not just going to take you under our wing and then just say, here, go figure it out. Like that's not what we're going to do. We are going to be your coach in this, whether it's to hold you accountable for your fitness goals or for your business goals. We work together as a team to help each other change other people's lives. That's what our teamwork is made of. Like that's what we do. We help each other and then it's like, okay, how can I help this challenger? What can I do to help her? We come up with solutions with each other. And we rely on our team for that support. We rely on them for, whether it's business support or emotional support. This is going on in my life. Like it's incredible to see how our team and our family like comes together. When something goes on, we might send you edible arrangements, or if you did something amazing in your life, maybe we'll send you like a gift card or whatever. There's been people in Beachbody that have been in each other's weddings, and I think that's awesome. Like it's legit. Like that's what happens. And like I just mentioned, we do offer trainings and we do this on our own time. And that's the biggest thing I hear. And we'll get to that soon, but talking about, I don't have enough time to do this. Like, hello, like you have mothers in here that have multiple kids, full-time jobs. They're never home. Regardless, like right now, yes, I'm at my boyfriend's house, but it's because we're going to get a snowstorm. But other than that, like I'm hardly ever home. And when I am home or whatever, if I'm at work, I can still message someone and just say like, hey, how are you doing? And if they say, I've seen what you're doing and I really want your help, boom. Like, and that's what it comes down to when you share that with other people. So I hope that answers your question on what we do, and definitely it can go way more in depth. But those are primarily the basics. So I will pass this on to Serena, and she'll talk to you about objections.
That was awesome. It's true. I mean, like, what it comes down to as a coach, like, whether you're doing this as a full-time career like me, whether you're doing it part-time, whether you're doing it because you maybe want to make an extra $50, but really you just want to like have the accountability for yourself. Like, it really doesn't matter what your goals are, because they're still important. And no matter what your goals are, we're going to support the crap out of you. Like, it literally doesn't matter. If you told me I want to make $1 million business, great, I'm going with you. If you tell me I really just need to be healthy, great, I'm going with you. Like, your goals are important no matter what they are. So thank you so much for sharing that, Bree. That was such a good explanation. And it's true, we do love social media. We really love to post on social media. So I just want to quickly talk to you about objections, because if you heard my earlier spiel when my coach said to me, you'd be a great coach, I'm like, what? I'm like, I have probably worked out 5 times in my whole life. I know nothing about being healthy. I mean, I just admitted that I would eat half a box of laxatives. Like, I clearly knew nothing about being healthy. I was like, I'm not going to know anyone who wants to do this. Like, I don't know anybody. These are all objections that I had, and you probably have them too, and that's okay, because it's totally normal. But I'm here to tell you that I promise not only are they normal, but I can help you figure it out, because the 3 of us, Bree, Kristen, and I, even Angel's another rock star coach on the team. She's here. She's doing yoga. She's waving. You can't see. She had very similar objections too, because like, when you hear the word coach, that it sounds so professional, which makes sense, but it doesn't mean you have to know everything. Everything that you technically need to know, you learn as you go. Like, I've been doing this for almost 4 years. Can I tell you how much of this I knew when I started? Big fat 0. I knew nothing. But what I did know was that I wanted to learn so bad. I wanted to change and be better so freaking bad that I was willing to learn every single day. I knew nothing when I started. A lot of people have the objection, well, I just don't have any time. And the first thing I say is, dude, I know, it's crazy. I have a 6.5-year-old. I take him to school. I pick him up from school. We do homework. I make his lunch. I have to read with him. I have to spend time with him. The kid is very needy in a good way, of course. But he's very needy. He needs a lot of attention. I also have an almost 14-month-old breastfeeding baby. And I always emphasize that, because it's extra work, because she's literally attached to my body like all throughout the day. So when people say I don't have enough time, I'm like, girl, time is what you make of it. We all have the same 24 hours. And trust me, I feel you. Trust me. I feel like I need 10 hands. 7 out of 7 days a week. I need lots of extra hands. But we all have the same amount of time every day. And it's really just up to us what we're going to do, what we're going to prioritize. Do you have 10 minutes that you can spare on this instead of scrolling through Facebook or Pinterest, or getting involved in a group text that's really not going to benefit you? Another objection that I get a lot is, well, I just don't really know that many people. And my first group that I did with these fitness programs, I had 2 people. But guess what? That's 2 people whose lives I got to change. And I'll tell you right now, one of those 2 people is a coach on my team now because she fell in love. And the other girl is still doing groups with me after almost 4 years. So it doesn't matter how many people you know or you don't know, because it always starts with one person. And that one person is you. You work on you, and you pay it forward to one more person, and that one person will become 2, becomes 4, becomes 5, becomes 50. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. It will absolutely happen. Another objection that I get is that, well, I don't I don't want to have to like buy all this stuff and have like all this inventory. And I'm not really a fan of like pyramid schemes and gross. Like pyramid schemes are gross. I've seen them like knives, like the knife companies and all these like weird things. I went to a meeting once where I felt like I was in like a cult, and it was for sure a pyramid scheme. And it was just like super weird and icky. But the reason why this is not a pyramid scheme is that there's always room at the top. You could be up here in the business and someone down here could be making so much more money than you. I mean, my coach technically is up here and I'm under her, and I make a full-time income and she barely makes part-time because she doesn't put into it what I put into it. So I don't make money off of the girls on my team, off of people under me. I don't recruit people and I get money from them. I don't recruit people and like I don't get a percentage of money from my coach's work. Whatever Brie makes is her money. She works for that. She earns it. Whatever Kristen makes, whatever Angel makes, that's their money. What I do, I get paid for because my work is mine and their work is theirs. So I don't benefit from other people doing work. And I don't have to buy products and keep them stashed in my closet and try to sell them. I've never invested money and lost it. I have increased my income by 381%, which I did not come up with on my own, by the way, because I don't do math. My husband is the one that told me, but he told me that I have increased my income by 381%. And I've never paid for something out of my own pocket. Like I've never spent money on anything. I've never lost money before. So those are some common objections that I've gotten before. You certainly don't need to know much about health and fitness. Like I said, hi, girl with eating disorders. Like I didn't know anything, but I wanted to. That's more important. I would rather you tell me right now, I know nothing, but God, do I want to learn, than you say to me, I've done 5 bikini competitions and I'm a trainer at a gym. Like, no, girl. I would so much rather you know nothing and want to be passionate and want to learn and be better than you claim to know everything. So I hope that changes your perspective a little bit. If you can think of anything else, anybody here that would be an objection or something holding you back, please feel free to share it and we will definitely tackle it. So who's talking about perks? Who's going next? Kristen, okay. I'm gonna mute myself and Kristen is gonna talk to you about some really fun things that happen in this company. Take it away, go.
Yeah. So, for my perks specifically, since I am super new, the most interesting perk was when I hit Success Club my first month. I got like a fun little conference call with, I believe it was the VP Beachbody. Yeah. So that was super fun. So like the more I progress in business, they offer certain trainings and certain conference calls so you can listen in and learn more and develop your business even more. So that I really appreciate the fact that they really recognize success and recognize the hard work that you're putting in to continue your business. Some like non-businessy perks for me has been confidence, 100%. I have gained so much confidence just from being a coach and posting and messaging people and reaching out to people. I feel so much more comfortable just going up to someone and saying like, hey, how are you? Like, you look amazing today. And I just wanted to tell you. 6 months ago, I never would have done that in my entire life. I think another really fun perk is just all the people that you get to meet in this group of people. I have never physically met 90% of the people on this call, but we all talk, we all interact. It's awesome. It's just a great group of positive and fun people. Another perk. Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm blanking.
Summit.
Yes. Okay. I was thinking about that. I was like, Summit. Yeah. So I haven't ever been yet. So if anybody else wants to chime in about Summit, but I'm going to my first Summit this year in June in Indianapolis. So it's a big conference where everybody from Beachbody gets all together and we work out, we do trainings. have parties. It's fun stuff. So I don't know if one of you guys want to add more about Summit since you guys have done it in the past.
Yeah, it's really incredible. You can't even describe it. You can't unless you're there and you see it. Like you just can't even describe it. You do you get workshops and trainings from top coaches in the company. My favorite part is definitely getting to be in another city, in another state for 4 days with all of the friends that I've made through this opportunity. Like people that I've literally never met before, that I talk to all the time, who always have my back. Like it's just like the coolest freaking thing ever. There's really cool parties, like Kristen said. If you achieve certain things in your business, like you get a special invitation to like special parties and stuff. Like it's just so awesome. And I will add, 2 years ago, I earned a free cruise to Jamaica and the Bahamas from this. Last year, I was going through some really not fun postpartum stuff. I had really bad postpartum depression, so I was just like off the grid. But I did also earn a free cruise in 2019 to Haiti and the Bahamas. So that's a really fun perk, a free cruise. I mean, sure, why not? But honestly, like the shiny things are really freaking awesome. But I have to agree with Kristen, and I'm going to unmute Bree in a second so she can chime in. But for sure, the biggest perk is just the community and making all these friends. Like having people on the same page as you who want the same things in life that you do. Like there is no cruise on this earth that can even compare, even though cruise is pretty awesome. But Bree, do you want to add anything?
One of the perks that I definitely got out of this was that I completed this program called Core to Force, and I have like a huge girl crush on Jericho McMatthews. It's actually a little obsessive. And I went to this event called Super Saturday with my team, and Super Saturday is pretty much like a mini summit where you go to like a convention with all coaches for a Saturday. And you get to meet everyone. You talk about different upcoming news, but also you just celebrate each other's success and victories and everything. And you actually do like a giant workout. And for this one in Philadelphia, they had Jericho. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I went and I actually met her. I took a picture with her, and I met Jessica from Insanity Max 30. And I didn't know she was going to be there. So that was definitely really, really awesome, because not that Jericho's like famous, but in the Beachbody world and as a super trainer, you know, she's well known. So that was like my starstruck moment. So that's like a huge perk. Another perk too is definitely what they mentioned, the Success Club trips, summit. And you get little prizes here and there by hitting something called Success Club each month. Like 1 month I won a selfie stick, and another month this past month I won an umbrella. So you get little cool things like that. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. But Serena, did you want me to talk about the final subject?
Oh wait, Kristen, did you want to add something or?
Yeah. So for me personally, I think one of the biggest perks for me is just having something that's mine and that I can call my own. And it's something that I have control over, and it's something that I am super passionate about, and I can put as much or as little as I want into every day. And it's been just really nice to have something that I can focus my time and my energy on that I truly enjoy doing. And that's been really beneficial for me, and I love that part of this. So yeah, that's
I have to totally agree with that. I know how that feels, just to have something of my own, because it's hard, you know, it's hard as a wife, it's hard as a mom. I mean, it's just hard, period. But like, you know, just to have that thing that's your own is really, really cool and special. All right, Bree, go for it.
Okay, so if you're curious on how to really start, there's different ways you can start. The way I started was just enrolling with the coach startup fee, which is $39.95. I didn't get a fitness program with that. I didn't get the Shakeology with that. I kind of just went into it. And a month later, I decided that I was going to commit to a program. But what you can also do is you can enroll with what's called a challenge pack. And with that challenge pack, you would actually get your coach enrollment fee waived. And a challenge pack will give you everything that you need to really start getting the physical results that you want, to really start working on yourself, understanding the program, really focusing on your goals. And it's awesome to get your coach enrollment fee waived doing so as well. And then after that, it is $15.95 a month as a coach business fee. That coach business fee goes towards your 25% discount. And if you think of it as kind of commuting to work, you're spending a lot of money on gas during your commute. $15.95 a month is nothing. And you also get your own website with that. And I didn't know this until I really got involved with marketing, but you have to actually usually pay for your own domain. And with Beachbody, they give you your own website. So for $15.95 a month, you're getting a lot of tools offered to you to run your own business. So it's really like nothing. But those are the two ways, enrolling with the $39.95 or enrolling with the challenge pack that saves you a ton of money and then waives your enrollment fee. And I also wanted to add in that there's never like a right time to do it. If you keep saying next month, next week, like you're going to keep putting it off. And it really comes down to what I was saying earlier. That really comes down to you holding yourself back and waiting for a moment that's never going to actually show up. You just have to jump into it and do it. Like if you're here, if you're listening to this, you have the information in front of you, you're interested, there's something you want out of this, so just go for it.
Also, if you're military, there's certain I would pull it up and read it, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. But if anyone here is military, you yourself or a spouse, message whoever brought you here, because there's a decent chance that you would get your monthly fees waived completely. My cousin's husband is military. He's active, or no. I can't remember. He's a vet. He's a vet, so it applies to her. I think that's what it is. So she gets her business fees waived. She doesn't have to pay the $15.95, and she didn't have to pay the $40 startup fee. Or actually, what happens is that you pay it and then they reimburse it to you, but she doesn't have to pay the monthly fees. But so if that applies to you or you think it might apply to you, definitely let me know, because that's pretty sweet not having to pay the fees, even though they're, like Bree said, it's like, imagine spending that money on gas. And if you signed up to go to a gym, what do you get there? You get a bunch of like barbells and machines, and you don't really get the support. You don't really get the accountability. You might have like an awesome Zumba class or whatever, but like you don't get nutrition with it. You have to pay, like, can you imagine how much you'd have to pay a trainer and a nutritionist at a gym? Like, what are you going to do? Like, yeah, you want to say something, Angel?
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Angel. Sorry, I was just finishing my yoga program. Tonight was my last night, so I was taking my pictures, my before and after pictures. But just as a side note, I am a dietitian by trade. That is my full-time job. And a dietitian visit, so a visit with someone who has my credentials, is $150 an hour to start, and that's a bare minimum. So that's if you're in private practice. So I work in a hospital, so I definitely don't make that kind of money. But that's if you're working in private practice. So what we get as Beachbody coaches, I mean, I have a little bit of a different situation because I do have the education in the background to speak on a lot of the nutrition stuff, but like Beachbody is 100% legit. The meal plans are legit. Shakeology is legit. Like none of it is phony or fake. It's all real, and it has scientific background to back what it's promoting. So it's something that I have put my name on because I truly believe in it, because I know what the products are. They're real. So I can say as a professional that Shakeology is 100% legit. It's the only nutritional supplement that I've ever personally drank, because everything else is total garbage. So I can say that with certainty. So yeah, a personal trainer, a really good one, is probably like $100 an hour, and a dietitian is $150 an hour. And as a coach, you have access to all of this amazing information and this amazing group of women and people that we have as supporting us for a lot less money, like a lot. So that's what I'm going to say.
Thank you. True though. It's true because like, I mean, I'm not knocking gyms by any means because I know that some people really do love to go to the gym, and I think that's awesome. Like, bottom line, you have to do what makes you happy. But my point is that you don't get the support. Like if you pay $15.95 a month for your coaching business, like you don't get that stuff from the gym. You don't get the opportunity to make money. You don't get the opportunity to like truly help people, because like Angel said, like a trainer is going to be at least $100 an hour. Like that's just crazy. So we have access to trainers, like professional trainers and professional meal plans and meal prepping tips and exercise tips and like real professional help. We are not the ones who are like, we're not writing out what people should be working out. Like people aren't going to go to you and be like, hey, can you tell me how to work out? Like, tell me how many squats to do. Like, no, like that's not what we do. The professional trainers created these fitness programs, and it's just our job to hook our friends up. Like, oh, you like this? Okay, so you have this much time a day. All right, so what do you think about this program? This sounds right up your alley. Like, that's what we do. Anyway, going off on a tangent. But I guess I'll start wrapping it up and just kind of touch base on like how this has changed my life. If you couldn't really tell already, I mean, I was just like, again, so negative, so unhappy. I hated what I looked like. I felt like I hated who I was inside. Like I just didn't like myself. I didn't have any friends. I had no confidence. I would not eat all day and then just like eat all my calories at night. I would calorie count. I would obsess over every ounce on the scale. I was obsessed with being skinny. I mean, God, just like anything negative or like self-loathing, you name it, that was me. We had no dollars. I mean, you heard what I said before. We had no dollars. Utilities getting shut off. I had marriage problems because I was just so stressed out, and my husband was trying to find like any job in the world. So we could try to pay our bills, and I didn't have to work, and we've taken this opportunity, and I make a full-time income, and I don't have to miss any time with my kids. I get to take Carter to school every day. I get to pick him up. I get to be at home with my daughter, which is important to me. It's just very important to me. My husband and I made the choice together that we wanted me to stay home. So it's just changed everything. I'm a better friend. I'm more compassionate. I'm more understanding. I'm literally in the best shape of my life. Like even before I got pregnant either time, like I'm in so much better shape. I'm stronger mentally. I'm more confident. Like I know who I am for the first time in my whole life. It only took 34 and a half years, but it doesn't matter because now that I have it, it's just like the best thing ever. So those are just a few ways how my life has changed. Does anyone else want to chime in and share how this has, changed your life? Don't all speak at once. Anybody?
Well, I'll just wrap up and say that real quick. I pretty much said it earlier, but it's definitely helped me understand fitness and nutrition better. It helped me understand myself better. And because of this whole entire thing, I realized what I really wanted out of life. It actually made me realize I love marketing, and I've gone back to school for it. I teach a cardio class because this Beachbody has taught me how much I love fitness. And on top of that, I've definitely made a lot more friends since high school because of Beachbody. So that's pretty much how it's changed my life. I know that Angel wanted to say something.
Hi again. I just wanted to say that, I mean, I know Kristen and Brie and Serena told their stories, but Beachbody has totally changed my life because I have been in fitness for like ever, for over a decade. And after I had my son, I really felt like I was going to lose that part of myself and I wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. And it was really, really, like, I was really sad. And Beachbody has given me the ability to take care of myself and take care of my family and still feel good about myself. I mean, I think as women, especially, we just don't give ourselves the ability to do that all the time. And Beachbody has given me the opportunity to really kind of fall back in love with myself. And I've, like everybody else has said, like, meet all these amazing people. Like, I've met Brie once and I absolutely love her to pieces, like, love her. And I'm looking forward to meeting Kristen in April. We're getting brunch. So that's it.
Love it, love it, love it. It's true. We just, I don't know. I've tried really hard to create like a sisterhood and just onboard women who I feel like I could want to hang out with. And that means a lot for me because I generally don't like to leave the house. Like, it's stressful and I get really anxious. I don't like to leave the house. And I get to hang out with my most favorite people this way. And it's also made me feel better about leaving the house because I have something or someone awesome awaiting that car ride. So I guess that's going to wrap up our meeting. I'm really impressed that we had it only at 50 minutes. That's pretty awesome. I know I could talk about this all day, every day, because I love it so much. But I just want to thank you so much for being here. If you're watching the recording, thank you so much for, spending your time with us. Please know that we don't invite everybody to this. It's not a cattle call. It's not an open audition. If you're watching this or if you're on the live call, it's for a specific reason. One of us here saw something in you and we see something in you where we just felt compelled to tell you, dude, you've got to just try it. You need to be a part of this. So what Bree said is true. There's really no perfect time. If I was waiting for the perfect time, would I even have ever decided to do this? I did it because I needed to. If you're waiting for the perfect time, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life because it doesn't exist. You just have to make the moment perfect instead of waiting for perfection to come to you. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great night. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sharing your hearts and your lives with us. Thank you for listening. It means so, so, so much. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out to anybody here. And we will be seeing you on this team. I'm not going to say hopefully because I know that we will be seeing each and every one of you. And I can't wait. So have a great night and we'll see you soon.